Love you. I got only.
Good morning. This is the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood. We're going to be going live in a few minutes. Have an exciting show lined up here today. Got my special guest. We're going to have Miss Amakusu Turpinhouse, and we also have E-Jazz or Sid and Cher coming up. We're going to have them on the show. We're continuing into our Black Business Month, and this is like, let's call this a business showcase. So get ready. The last host is sounding out. We're going to be going live in just a few moments. So hang on here. We got an exciting show today. This is the Black Business Month. I'm going to also quickly talk about the Black Business brand. What are you doing to contribute to improve or hurt the Black Business brand? So we're going to talk about that too. So hang on. We're about to go live in just a few moments. So sit tight. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a quick peep at my guest over here in the corner. Hey guys, say hello. All right, there you go. They're good and ready to go. So hang on there. In a second, we're doing the countdown.
This week, it's the highest since 2002.
All right, folks. Get ready for an exciting show. All righty here. This is really reality TV. Give you a little behind the scenes of what's going on here. So hang on.
It happened near 54th Avenue and Lakeland Road around 8. No word on why.
We actually, this month, we're going to be showcasing some of the fine Black businesses in the community. Matter of fact, next week, we're going to have Liz Anderson. She's the liaison for the deputy mayor of Washington, D.C. She's like the person on the street with the Black business. And so she's going to come on here next week and talk about how some of the things and challenges that Black businesses face and what we can do about it. So we've actually had a great lineup this month doing Black Business Month. All right. What else we got going on? Also, if you don't forget to go to marketingpulpit.com to follow the show live. We're also broadcasting on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you can get snippets on Instagram. So, put my glasses on here so I can see.
The company will start by sponsoring a kickoff.
Oh, there you are. All right, let's get ready to sign on here.
Drove in 5 to lead the Nats to a 10-7 win over the Red Sox. The Nats took the series and had
Let me tell you something, folks. There's nothing like live radio. You're flying without a net. So, hang on a second.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. We're not saving souls. We're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We just call that icing on the cake. Because the mission at the Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself at a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. We are on a mission, and we've been on this mission for the past 13 years. That's a long time in radio life. But we have a great show lined up today. I'm Robert Gatewood. I'm a business developer by trade. I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web. You can find us at gatewoodmarketing.com. I'm also the host and producer of this show. Go to marketingpulpit.com. I'm also an adjunct professor at Prince George's Community College. I've written a couple of books, one called Played in Full, one called Smarter Than the Boss. I also work with companies in the Small Business Administration in the 8A program. So like the young folks say, I have a couple of receipts. As a matter of fact, speaking of young folks, I was over at Employ Prince George's last night where we did a course on the power of business branding. That was a great class. We had 6 people in the class, Antonio and Everett, and I mean, I can't even think of all the names, but it was a great group of people. And speaking of branding, so I'm just going to quickly touch on this Black Business Week, Black Business Month. Do you know that as a Black business owner, you are a default ambassador for the Black business brand? That's why you have to watch what you do when you go out here, because you are not only representing yourself, you are representing the Black business brand. So what I want you to do on this Black Business Month, something to think about, some things I want you to embrace when you take that into consideration. good service, fast service, personal interaction, professionalism, supporting other Black businesses, and of course, being generous and helping those in need. Things you want to avoid that not hurt the brand: poor service, broken promises, controversial views, uncontrollable staff, negative associations, unprofessional literature. We're going to put all that behind, because going forward after this month and beyond, we're going to keep in mind that we are representing the Black business brand, and it's something to be aware of on this Black Business Month. We have some events coming up. Of course, like last night, I was at Employ Prince Georgia. We have on August 19th, Level the Playing Field. Miss Arietta, she's going to be having her nonprofit having a fun day at Crest Hill Baptist Church in Bowie. She works with people who are disabled. Networking techniques. I'll be back at Prince George's, Employ Prince George's on the 22nd, talking about networking. On August 24th, we have the 40th anniversary celebration of Northern Virginia Black Attorneys Association Convention at the Salamander Resort. That's the resort owned by Miss Sheila Johnson. On August 26th, we have Stop Killing Us campaign down in Wadesboro, North Carolina. Wadesboro is a small town in the middle of North Carolina. They have been dubbed the murder capital. So it's going to be ground zero for stopping some of this killing in the country, whether it's Black on Black killing, whether it's Black on police, police on Black killing, whoever's killing anybody. The Stop Killing Us campaign is going to be addressing those issues. They're also going to have a health fair on September 2nd at the MGM Grand, the 222 Productions. Eric and Derek, two great young men. They've been a host on the guest on the show. So go to Marketing Pulpit. You can watch some of the interviews of the 222 and some of our other guests. And also on September 26th, we're going to have the Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, is going to be talking about how to keep your body healthy without putting all these medicines and stuff in you. So got a great vets lined up coming up. And what we're going to do, we're going to jump into our guest today. We have a great lineup of guests. Matter of fact, why don't you guests come on over here? Let me get Sid and Cheryl on the microphone. Slide on around here so I can see you guys. All right, you're looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, come around there a little bit more there. Sure. All right, let's go, folks. Now this is in honor of Black Business Month. We've been bringing in some of these great talents among us, and today we have our special guests, E-Jazz and Cher, and they have a company called Entertainment. Why don't you do this, Cher? Introduce yourself and let's tell us about your business.
Absolutely. Thank you, first of all, for having EAS Entertainment Group on the show. I am Cher, and this is E-Jazz here. We are a talent management agency. We manage talent, and we are very excited about that. Vocal talent, and we're very excited to see the talent move to the next level.
Let me ask you this. What made you decide to start such a company in the first place?
Well, you know what? It's always been a passion of mine growing up in Brooklyn, New York.
New York? I thought I heard that accent.
That's actually where I'm from. So, growing up there, watching my mother used to play a lot of music in the house with myself along with my two sisters, and watching a lot of the local DJs when they used to play music and entertain the neighborhood.
All right.
Also, in addition to that, for me, I grew up where my mom, she hosted a lot of large parties, ticketed parties. Yes. I was small, and they had me sitting back there until it was over. And then my dad, he owned actually part of the businesses that he owned were two clubs. So if I passed by there, he would be playing all these types of music. And even at home, all genres of music were played. So, it's really exciting to have started such a business.
Speaking of exciting, what's one of the most exciting projects you've worked on so far?
Well, when we did, I think it was like maybe about a year and a half, something like that, we did our first talent show here in the DMV area called Talent Extravaganza.
Yes, absolutely. It was very exciting because, seeing all these artists submit their auditions, we had over 100 artists submitting their auditions to us, and then selecting from that, dwindling down that list to about 15. And, some of the artists who performed said, if you recall, some of them has never been on a large stage. We hosted it at the Bowie Center for Performing Arts. So we really were very excited about that project. And we have another one coming up in 2024.
I know there's a lot of people out there, young people that are dreaming to get up there on that stage and get their art out there. So how many people are you actually managing right now?
Right now, we managing 3 people, plus we we're in talks actually with one exciting artist, and we just waiting on I guess all the contracts, everything in order.
Yes, and so with those 3 artists that we're managing, just wanted to give them a shout out, Miss Gavri, at YF T-shirt, and at Aura Beats. They are amazing artists, and if you get to know them, follow them on social media. If you get to know them, you'll find that they have very interesting stories that can definitely connect with all of you.
Now, I know this is not a cakewalk. What are some of I mean, just dealing with people. So what are some of the challenges that come with this job?
Different personalities.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's one of them. The other one, though, comes with this job is making sure that the artist understands that they should focus on their music and allow management to do all the business, promoting, marketing, and managing all the business operations, and having the artists to focus on their music.
And trust the process.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
have to trust the process. You can't rush it.
So how do you know, I mean, how do you define, success in the when you make a gold record or if you get a crowd? I mean, what are the milestones of success in this line of work?
Okay, so the milestones of success, it varies depending on the artist,
Okay.
but altogether, all in all, having their records drop, their music drop, and having their fans enjoy that music, growing their fan base, and ultimately getting a Grammys, getting signed and getting Grammys, that will define success for us, for our artists.
So I know in the old days, like the Temptation in these movies, you see them riding down the road and all of a sudden they hear that record on the radio. Is that still the way you do it, or is there some other way to let you know you made it?
Well, I mean, radio is the number one thing. I mean, that's what everybody would want their music to be played on radio so everybody can hear it.
Yes.
And I mean, social media,
Yes.
that helps out a lot, but radio play, that is the number one goal.
Yes, like our artists, all of our artists are recording artists actually, and we're really happy about that. So you can find their music actually on Spotify, iTunes, and several of the social media platforms.
So if somebody wants to get booked or I guess you represent, how do they do that? So somebody's out here listening right now who's been trying to get somebody to represent them in the entertainment field. So what would they do? What would that look like? What does that process look like?
Okay, so the process is actually very simple. We've created a simple process where you just go to our website at easentertainmentgroup.com and you click on artist consultation and you submit a sample of your music. And once you do that, we will reach out to you and schedule a meeting with you so that we can make sure not only that you're a good fit for us, but you can make sure that we are a good fit for you, because we want this to be an excellent relationship. And as a matter of fact, our artists, Sid, as you know, we consider them family and they
Yes.
consider us family. We
And
call each other
Hey,
family.
once you go into contract, it's a marriage. And that's one thing we always tell. We are married now, and the goal is not to get a divorce. It's
Absolutely.
to keep going. We want you to perfect your craft when you're out there.
Yes.
So what kind of words of advice would you give to artists who, I know they're in the DC area, particularly everybody around here is an artist of some side. What kind of advice would you give to them who's listening right now?
So I would say that they should focus on their music, zero in on their music. What is very critical as artist managers that we really want to make sure that folks hear, artists hear, is that you should focus on your music no matter what. Keep focus on your music. And whether you get EAS Entertainment Group or another management company to manage you, get some managers. You can't do it all by yourself. No man is an island. So we encourage you to keep the focus on your music, because if you do that, trust us, the sky would be the limit for you.
So as Cher said, focus on your music so that we can just focus on the background of it, because you can't do everything.
Mm.
And it's kind of like a little bit impossible. Some people can do it, but it becomes very tiring.
Yeah.
You focus on your music, you be the creativity one, and we'll sit there and market your business for you.
Yeah.
That is so important. That goes, like you said, in just about any industry, when you need to focus on your craft.
Yes.
Let the professionals do what they do. And sometimes people try to cut corners and save money. I'm going to do it yourself. Try that with a dentist, okay? I got proof back here. It doesn't work. So what you want to do is get you some professionals. Now, if somebody wants to reach out, once again, if somebody wants to, before we go, give me some last minute snippet of some advice you might give any artist listening right now.
That's it.
So artists listening right now, we just want to let you know that it is very important to believe in yourself.
Mm.
If no one else believes in you, you believe in you. And that will, really help you a great deal Because everything that we do in this life, it starts in our mind, right? It starts in our mind. So you have to believe, have that faith. You can't be going out there thinking, oh, I want to do this, but then thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do it. You have to be confident and believe in yourself. And we as artist managers, we would believe in you as well. And as a matter of fact, all of our artists, they have very interesting stories, and we encourage them along the way such that they keep climbing and climbing to different heights. So again, it starts with believing in yourself.
Trust the process. Don't rush the process. And anybody out there who doesn't see what you see, do not listen to them. Just keep pushing forward and just trust the process. And believe me, God will open up the door for you.
And focus on your music. Hey, you know what? My brothers and I, we might have to call you guys.
Yes, that will be
Matter of fact,
wonderful.
I'm going down North Carolina tomorrow we have a singing appointment next on this coming Sunday. So might have to talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
All right.
Go to easentertainmentgroup.com.
All right, folks. I want to thank my special guests, Cher and Sid from easentertainmentgroup.com. Give us that website again there one more time.
easentertainmentgroup.com, easentertainmentgroup.com, or feel free to also call 347-927-1353.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for having
And
us.
thanks to our listening audience.
Thank you, guys. All right, folks. That's our special guests, Sid and Cher, and they are from EAS Entertainment Group. And so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have our other special guest, Amakisu Turpinhausen. She is actually an author. And in the meantime, if you are listening for the first time, I want to welcome you to the Marketing Pulpit Show. And if you're one of our regular listeners, thank you again for making this show the successful show that it has been. And also go to that business directory, mpi.bz, and get your name in the directory so that people can find you. We promote that directory on this show like you would not believe. And what we're trying to do, we're not like your regular directory, because we don't sit here and wait for folks to come to the directory. We take our directory out and find people to bring them back to you. So go to mpi.bz. And also that's one way to get you on this show, so we can get you on the show and shout you out. We start with picking people from the directory. So we're going to take a quick break. This is the Marketing Pulpit. We'll be right back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Marketing Pulpit, we are out for the moment. Hang on.
Let me explain why we are not your typical directory. First and foremost, we don't wait for visitors to come to our directory. Instead, we proactively take our members directly to the shoppers with our aggressive advertising campaigns. For instance, we broadcast our own radio show on Radio 1 WOL 95.9 FM, on which we constantly promote the directory and its members. In addition to that,
All right. We are back. This is the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. Go to marketingpulpit.com. You can find out more about the show and what we are all about. We're about building strong businesses in our community and putting people to work. And on this Black Business Month, we're celebrating Black businesses like the special guest we just had, Sid and Cher. And they have a great organization, EAS Entertainment Group. But we also are recognizing our artists. Now we have on our business directory at mpi.bz, we have a great lineup of artists, people of all types of books. We have people like Joe Madison in there. We have Earl O'Farrill Hutchinson in there. We have, just go to the Marketing Pulpit business directory, go to mpi.bz and get your name in there. If you're an artist and you're sitting there trying to sell books and wondering why the phone isn't ringing, you got to do something about it. You can't just sit there and say, well, and complain. We have, matter of fact, one of our quotes is, why curse the darkness when you can light a candle? So start lighting your own candle. And we like some of those wise words that Sid gave us a minute ago too. I mean, believe in the process, and let's get out here and do it. Now I'm going to bring on my next special guest. She's an artist. And Amakisu, now she's going to beat me up if I mispronounce her name, but Amakisu, welcome to the show.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. You sound great. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. My name is Amakiasu.
Amakiasu. I want you to go back and get William and tell him he gave me the wrong pronunciation of your William Maxwell is the one who introduced us, and I thank him for he's really like a serial networker. He's always putting people together and making sure that we are out here connecting like we should. And so I want to thank him for that. So I'm gonna forgive him for giving me the wrong pronunciation of your name. Quickly, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Amakiasu.
Oh, goodness, that's a big question. It's a broad question. I spent most of my life as a teacher,
Oh, okay.
and I ended it as a garden educator and loved that.
Wait a minute.
And
You
and
said-
I discovered I loved writing, sort of in that, somewhere in there. And I began writing children's books and some other things that are yet to be published. So I'm a new author, I'm a new writer, and I'm looking forward to a new career in writing.
What is a garden educator? What is that?
I taught children all about gardening.
What?
I had a camp program with a premier urban ag outfit in Atlanta, and I taught teachers as well, trained teachers who had school gardens and that kind of thing.
All right.
Teach people how to grow food.
Let me ask you this. Is this your first book?
This is my first book, yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. Let me warn you. When you write that first book, there's a bug that bites you. You just start writing and writing. I know it took me forever to write my first book, but right after I wrote the first one, I was on to the next one. So just just know that there's another one coming out of you, probably sooner than you expect.
I can feel it. I see it. It's there.
So what inspired you to write this one?
Oh, wow. Well, I was going through a tremendous heartache, to be totally open and honest about it. This book was prompted by my attempt and desire to, quote unquote, save myself.
Okay.
I was in a relationship that was beautiful. It was good. I just knew it was going to last forever. I hadn't been married that long, maybe 5 years. And my husband and I agreed that he would go to his hometown because he just really felt that's where he needed to be.
Mhm.
It was a bad time for me, and I said, well, I'll join you in a year or so.
Right.
But that's not what he had in mind.
No.
And I was devastated. So through that devastation, I had to find a way to be all right. And that process involved me basically tapping into the deepest part of myself, my spiritual self.
Hmm.
And I referred to all my books, my spiritual books. I've been, a student of quote unquote spirituality for a long time, since college. And I took those books and I started reading them. I knew that I could do better than what I was doing, because I was just so distraught. I was distraught, and I knew that I had to do better. That's the journey. That's the journey.
I've heard, and it's not like you're confirming that most books are the result of some type of life experience, either joy, pain. And it's not like you're confirming that. I've heard that many times. I know when I wrote my first book, I've been working for a company a long time, and we parted ways, and I decided to go out here and do it on my own, and it inspired me to start writing. So it's usually some event that sparks us.
Yes.
Now,
have some impetus, something that really kind of energizes you and moves you forward that you didn't have before.
Are there any artists that you particularly admire that may have been an inspiration for you?
Well, I don't know that any of my favorite authors inspired the format of this book or the book itself, but I love people like Toni Morrison, Nikki Giovanni, Alice Walker, There's so many, Maya Angelou, oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful Black women authors. I guess that's what I'm focusing on right now. But yeah, I mean, I love those writers.
We're listening to author Amakisu Turpin-Housage Amakiasu, and her book is, tell us the name of your book again.
Buried Treasure, Unearth Your Golden Soul.
And if you have a question for the author, call us at 1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. We're broadcasting live from Radio 1 95.9 FM in the Washington, D.C. area. And we have our special guest. And we have some people on the line who are sitting over there well wishes. I see Brother Gerald Brown of the Fraternity Plumbing. I see Idea Gear, William Maxwell. I see Attorney Bradley Thomas, who's chiming in. I see George Jackson. And thank you all for tuning in this morning. And if you have a question for our guests, call us at 1-800-450-7876. Now, are there any underlying lessons in your book that you might share with the audience?
I certainly hope so. That is why I wrote the book. I took notes on those books that I set aside for myself. And when I finished taking notes, I looked at them and I was like, wow, these are great. These could help somebody else. And so I only had the book published so that it could be shared with others who might benefit from it.
Okay.
The overarching concept of the book is that we are more than flesh and bone.
Mm. Wow.
And even though most people will say, yeah, that's true, we get caught up in our daily lives to an extent that we forget our spiritual core, our divine nature. And therefore we're not tapped into, supreme intelligence, divine creativity. All those things are really, we're representatives of God.
Amen.
That's who we are. We're representatives of the divine, and we often, that kind of gets buried. I mean, it just gets buried under the day-to-day. And I realized when I was going through, this heartbreak, this devastation, that I had to tap into my spirituality, or else I was just going to be a hot mess for a long time.
Well, I'll tell you, your book sounds intriguing. Unearth Your Golden Soul, Buried Treasure. Well, let me ask you this. If somebody wants this book, I'm sure somebody out there in the audience would be inspired and motivated and would like to get their hands on this book. So tell us how somebody can get this book so they can start reading it.
Okay, so my website is www.splendentbook.com. Splendent, 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 splendentbook.com, and that will lead the readers to the website. So I can say that it is available on Amazon, Balboa Press, the publisher, and Barnes & Noble.
All right.
The main platforms.
Well, I'm going to thank you. As a matter of fact, when I get off the air, I'm going to go ahead and order my copy. And in the spirit of your journey, and in the spirit of Black Business Month, I'm just making it my own personal journey, my own personal ambition this month to support as many Black businesses as I can. So you're going to have at least one more book sale this week as soon as I get off the air. So thank you again, and thank you, and I'll be in touch, and I'm going to be sending people to the directory to buy your book. And thank you, and much success on your journey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, okay, bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Amakiasu Turpin-Housage. She's an author. Glad to have her on the show this morning. And thank you again for tuning in today. This is the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. We bring you the good marketing gospel. And in the spirit of Black Business Month, go out here and support a Black business. Go out here and support takes on many countenances. You can go to their website page. You can like their website. You can share their website. Go to their social media accounts. Like and share. Tell somebody. If you don't need the service, refer them to somebody who might need that service. So we as a community have to come together to make this Black Business Month stand for something. Don't just do it though on August. Do it every month of the year. Get out here and support these Black businesses. And I support the people who have been tuning in. Thank you again. And thank you for the people who made the Marketing Pulpit Show the successful show that it has been for the past 13 years. And I could not have done it without you and your support. So what we're going to do, we're going to log out next week. We're going to have a special guest. We're going to have Liz Anderson. She is an advocate for Black businesses in DC and works as the Great Streets Retail Small Business Director of Washington, DC, overseeing a portfolio of initiatives at the Deputy Mayor's Office of Planning and Economic Development. You don't want to miss that. So we'll be back next week. And as always, if you want to be successful, you have to do these 3 things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you have to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
News Talk 1450.
that wraps up our show for today. I want to thank you for tuning in. Once again, go out and support somebody. Support these Black businesses. They need your support. This is something we have to do for ourselves. We can't ask somebody to do this for us. So I'm going to do my part. I want you to do your part. And thank you again for tuning in. We'll be back next week right here on the Marketing Pulpit. Go to marketingpulpit.com. You can get the past shows. And also go to our Facebook page, go to YouTube, go to LinkedIn, and also we show snippets on our Instagram page. So thank you again for tuning in to the Marketing Pulpit show today. We're going to tune out here.
If you're a man
So hang on one second.
45 or older, I'm talking to you. I've lost good friends, young friends, to colon cancer. Don't make the mistake of
Let me explain why we are not your typical directory. First and foremost, we don't wait for visitors to come to our directory. Instead, we proactively take our members directly to the shoppers with our aggressive advertising campaigns. For instance, we broadcast our own radio show on Radio 1 WOL 95.9 FM, on which we constantly promote the directory and its members. In addition to that, we advertise our directory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We also feature our members on individual social media posts. And we invite our members into our studio to tell their exciting story to thousands of potential buyers. So if you're looking for an affordable and effective way to build your brand, find new customers, and grow your organization, do what hundreds of others have done.
Stress. One is what we call mental stress,